Just one word about this Institute for Pedagogical Development and Innovation. There are three departments. Actually, there are the Centers for Student Success, the Center for Pedagogical Development, and the Center for Digital Teaching and Learning. And with my colleagues, as you said, we work for students' achievement, but also we try to help teachers to improve their classes or their processes, and we develop a lot of resources that you can easily consult, you can easily see on the internet. So on the next slide, you will see the teaser we used to promote ACTAFAC and to invite students, to participate.
What's ACTAFAC? More than a digital challenge, it's a true collaboration between Strasbourg University and its students. They are digital natives. They sometimes have issues, but more importantly, they have ideas. They just need a boost from us. So we listen, we help them improve their skills, and we support them during the development of their project. Our students can set their creativity free and let their ideas take different forms. It could be an app for time management, a forum to share ideas, a website to study and play, a serious game on eco-responsibility. The key words are be creative, be innovative, and imagine digital tools in favor of student success. At the end of the day, these innovative solutions created by the students, for the students, benefit all the community. Students make these tools handy by making them their own. ACTAFAC helps students transform today's ideas into tomorrow's solutions. As mentioned in the teaser, ACTAFAC is an innovation contest created in Strasbourg University in 2018. ACTAFAC is a French statement you could translate by behave like a hacker and think out of the box. Students can participate alone or within a team, and there are 8 thematics related to students' achievement to help them, for example, prepare your exam, manage your time. We also organize workshops to guide the applicants. There's no limits, only the imagination, and the fact that tools should benefit all the community. At the end of the day, the jury chooses the winners. Then, project teams have about 6 to 8 months to develop their project. Of course, we help them. They win a subvention, and we also organize workshops about project management or value proposition, and this way they improve their skills. We'll see some screencasts in a few minutes, but first let's talk about pedagogical innovations. ACTAFAC helps students improving their professional skills. That's the main pedagogical innovation. The applicants discover how to create and pitch a project, and the winners discover how to develop their tool. Most of the time, first weeks are dedicated to define the scope. They discuss about feasibility and deadlines with internal experts. They detail their budget, they ask for advices to external professionals. They also improve their skills thanks to workshops about project management or value proposition, as I said before. All along the project, they become more and more autonomous. That's the key. Gradually, they become more self-confident, they better know the actors and processes of Strasbourg University. Some of them are really enthusiastic to collaborate with their peers and propose students internships, for example. At the same time, they also elaborate surveys and plan beta tests to obtain regular feedbacks from all the community. All motivated teachers are invited to participate to these events, and teams are always looking for advices, knowledge and support from their teachers. So, The collaboration between students, project teams, internal partners, teachers, and experts and end users also is absolutely central. It helps us identifying issues and above all find innovative solutions together.
Imagine you want to create this competition in your university. So there are 3 steps. First, you have to define your internal partners. Here in Strasbourg University, we have associated IT department very soon. But there is also the entrepreneurship department and teachers, of course. We have maybe, yes, six, 7 departments associated to this competition. And then we created communication tools, of course, meaning today we have flyers, posters, an internet website, a promotional video, which works. We have also internal events to promote this competition, and this way students can be really aware of this competition. Sorry, it's not a good English, but I guess you will understand. If not, we will talk about it after. And we have also a framework, meaning we have regulation, charters of value, agreement. This framework is very important because when you are at the beginning of the competition, project teams are very often confused. They don't know exactly how it works. So these documents, these agreements, charter, etc., will help them a lot. So yes, that's the point. And on the next slide, you will see the difficulties and solutions about this competition. It works for you, but yeah, but here in France, French students are really mistrustful towards institution. As long as they don't know how it works, they prefer working on their own, actually. Yeah, they are very mistrustful. And it takes some time to create trust between university and students. So it's a great opportunity to make processes and university actors better well known by students. Second point, second difficulty, sometimes skills are missing in a project team. For example, to create the design of an application, to develop the application, or yeah, sometimes skills are missing. And it's actually a great opportunity for project team to recruit other students. They propose, for example, contracts, they propose internships, and I have the example of one project, one current project. The project team was composed of 3 students, and now they are 9. So it's great, actually. One other question is about tutorship. As I said, we support students during 6 or 8 months, and it could be very hard at the beginning. At the beginning, you spend maybe 2 hours per week per project team. That's a lot. And after 3 months, maybe 1.5 hours every 2 weeks. It's different because they become more autonomous. And the last difficulty, it's about sustainability of digital tools. To make it clear and simple, if IT department has been associated to the project since the beginning, it's easier because when the students leave the project, when ACTAPAC ends, they could say, okay, I don't want to work on it. Ciao, bye. And we don't have any clue on how it works, their tool. But if IT department is associated, it's easier. They can add new functionalities and solve the failings, for example. And after that, I propose you to watch some demo. It's the next slide. And so in the next slide, you will see Quillskipper. Quillskipper is a project created by Florent Amour and its team. Florent, we have the chance because Florent is here. He participates to these Epicure talks. So if you have questions after that, I will propose you to ask him directly. And yeah, I will let you see this slide, and you will discover the concept. So you watch the video of Quillskipper, and next I will propose you to watch the video of Feu. Feu, it means fire actually in English. Feu is a forum to help students to connect. It's very interactive, and it's a platform in which you have a system of ads. You can post ads, and then you have a private messaging system which allows you to communicate with other students. It will be clearer when you will see the video.
Feu is an interactive platform which has been created in 2018. Basically, this platform connects students around their skills and interests. They could need help about a class, or maybe they are looking for a partner to play video games or to go running, or maybe they just want to practice their English with a native speaker. In this case, all they have to do is to post an ad. Then, a private messaging system allows them to interact with interested people. Here you can see the home page with 4 buttons at the bottom: Browse, Publish, Chat and Filter. Browse and Filter will allow you to filter the ads. I can filter by type. There are 3 types: mutual aid, project and activity. Or I can filter by category: leisure, university, languages. Here, for example, I am in the category leisure, and I can select the ads related to music. The button Publish allows me to publish a new ad with a title, a description, a type, a category, and my availability to be contacted by interested people. Then I can publish my ad and afterwards receive messages from other students. In the menu, I found some other buttons, in particular my favorite ads. And if we take the example of an announcement here, is how it looks like. I have the description and I have access to the profile of the person if he or she has completed it. In the menu, I can also go to my profile and personalize it with a photo, a description, etc. I can also choose what kind of ads I will find on the home page. And finally, I can access to a dedicated forum about how the application works.
I wanted to show you this tool, Feu, which is a great one actually, because it's a platform on which you share ads, as I said, and you can really create contacts with other students. That's the best. You can share ads, you can share your needs, you can share your hobbies, your passions, and then have a message, receive messages from other one, personalize your profile, etc., etc. And today's Feu is working really well in the Strasbourg University. So I would like to present you last one. The last one, actually, I shouldn't say that, but it's my favorite. Study and Play. Study and Play is an application. It's a guessing game to prepare your exams. When you're a student, you can easily connect on the app, find other students, and then play with them. I don't know, maybe you already played to Time's Up. It's also a guessing game. You have one word or one statement, and you have to make the others guess what it is. So here it's the same thing.
If you have already played Time's Up, it will be easy to understand. Here, the goal of the game is to make the members of your team guess words or notions. To do this, I will create my review sheet in the game with words and notions I learned during my classes. Then, during the game, I have to give clues to my teammates and make them guess these words and notions. The game is divided into rounds with a timer. The winner is the team with the highest number of points at the end. First, I will create a room, give it a name and a description. Here, for example, we will talk about history. And I define a number of players, here 4 players. Then I click on OK. Here I see that I am in the red team. I have the possibility to select some revision sheets on history. Then I click on OK. The next step is to select the room I've just created. Here I find my room with its name and description. The 3 other players are also connected. Justin and Stephanie in the red team, Pierre and Paul in the blue one. I'm going to define a time for each round, for example 45 seconds. And we'll say that the first team to reach 5 points wins. The game has started and it's the blue team's turn. Pierre has to make Paul guess the word empire. He could say, for example, Augustus and Napoleon led one. Paul guesses correctly, the blue team wins a point. Then it's the red team's turn. Stephanie has to make Justin guess the Treaty of Paris. If it's too hard, she can click on Hint to get a clue. And the game continues. It ends when a team reaches 5 points. There are many possible customizations. In particular, you can play in English or change the background color. As a teacher, I can also create review sheets in the app and invite my students to play it to prepare for the next exam. I can also have my student play during class or during an icebreaker activity, for example.
Yeah, so I will add that Study and Play is still in development, and we are organizing a beta test in April at the end of the month. And of course, you are very, very welcome if you want to participate, because as I said, you can play this game in English. So it will be easy to participate. And if it's the case, if you are interested, just contact me. You have my email address. Of course, you can contact EDIP, our institute meaning. So we will be very happy if you want to participate to this beta test. And if you want to have more information, of course, don't hesitate to contact me about ACTAFAC, about EDIP activities, about resources. Yeah, feel free to contact us. And at the end of my presentation.